All right, let's dive right in. We're going to explore this really cool corner of Arabic grammar, one that holds a surprisingly powerful key to understanding meaning. We're talking about what's called the demonstrative phrase, or in Arabic, the Murakkab-e-Ishari.
So let's kick things off with a bit of a puzzle. Look at these two. On the left, we have the Arabic for that book. On the right, the Arabic for that is a book. I mean, they look almost identical, don't they? There's just this one tiny little detail in the Arabic, but wow, does it create a huge difference in the English meaning.
So what is going on here? What is this tiny detail that takes an incomplete idea, that book, and turns it into a full sentence? That is a book. Well, that's exactly the puzzle we're going to solve. And I promise you the answer is just one single, beautifully simple rule.
To get to that answer, we've got to start with the building blocks. And the very first block is something grammarians call pointing words.
Now, the official term in Arabic is Ism-e-Ishara, and it's exactly what it sounds like. A noun you use to point at something specific. A person, a place, a thing. You can literally think of it as your index finger in word form, pointing and saying, this one right here, or that one over there.
And what's really neat is how organized these pointing words are. Arabic has specific words for stuff that's close by, like this for masculine and this for feminine. And then it's got a whole different set of words for things that are far away, like that for masculine and that for feminine. This whole near and far distinction is absolutely key.
Okay, so we've got our pointing words down, we know what they are. Now it's time for the big reveal. The entire secret to that puzzle from the beginning, it all comes down to one simple rule about what comes right after that pointing word.
And the process is just brilliantly simple. It's a quick three-step check. First, you spot the pointing word, the Ism-e-Ishara. Step 2, you look at the noun that comes immediately after it. And third, you ask the million-dollar question, does that noun start with the definite article, the alif lam?
And here it is. This is the aha moment. If the answer is yes, if that noun does have alif lam, then you're looking at an incomplete phrase. But if the answer is no, and the noun does not have it, boom, you've got a complete sentence. It's that simple. The presence or absence of that little alif lam changes the whole game.
Let's see this in action. It's pretty cool. On the left, the second word has that alif lam, so it's a Murakkab-e-Ishari, an incomplete phrase. It means this path. But look to the right. The second word there has no alif lam, so it becomes a jumla ismiya, a complete sentence, meaning this is a path. See the difference? That alif lam is the magic ingredient.
Okay, now that we have the rule, let's really put it to the test. We're just going to run through a few more examples to see how incredibly consistent and reliable this thing is.
Here we've got the feminine pointing word for that. Again, on the left, the noun has the alif lam, so it's just a phrase, that nation. But on the right, no alif lam on the noun, so it becomes a complete thought, a full sentence. That is a nation. Works every time.
And guess what? It works for plurals too. The noun on the left has alif lam, making it a phrase, these men, like you're pointing to a specific group. But on the right, no alif lam, so this becomes a general statement, a sentence. These are men.
Now, there's actually another layer of logic here that's pretty elegant. It's not just about that alif lam. The pointing word and the noun it's pointing to also have to agree in gender and number, whether they're singular, dual, or plural. It's just a really consistent system.
For example, check this out. It means these two lessons. The pointing word is the specific one for these two in the masculine dual form, and the noun for the two lessons is also masculine dual. They match up perfectly. You just can't mix and match. It's very logical.
So we've seen the rule, we've tested it out, it works. Now let's just zoom out for a second. Why does this one tiny detail, the presence of an alif lam, matter so much? What's the big takeaway?
Well, here's maybe the simplest way to think about it. That definite article, the alif lam, it's like a switch. When that switch is on, you're making a phrase that points to a specific thing. This book, that nation. It's an incomplete idea. But when you flip that alif lam switch off, that pointer turns into a statement. And suddenly you have a complete thought, a full sentence. This is a book.
This really just sums it all up perfectly. This one simple rule is the bridge that takes you from just pointing at something to actually making a statement about it. It's the key that turns what could be ambiguous into something crystal clear. It's a beautiful example of the precision that's built right into the language.
And that kind of leaves us with a final thought.
We've just seen how one tiny little article can completely transform the meaning of something in Arabic. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other small grammatical keys like this are out there, in any language, just waiting to unlock a whole new level of understanding for us? Thanks for joining me for this one.